This is a project that I've been meaning to get to for, a couple days now. A lot has dropped since then. I know Earl dropped. I still got to get to Chance's project. I still got to get to Kyle Banks's project, Cities of Eve. We'll get to those, but this is a project that I've been, wanting to, check out. I think Evidence announced that he was dropping this project a couple months ago, so I knew I would want to check this out. I haven't really listened to a lot of Evidence's, rapping projects. This will be my second official, Evidence video dropping. I did react to Blue and Evidence's album last year, LA. Was it LA? I think it was called LA. Los Angeles. Same thing. But I did react to that project last year. If you guys are interested, definitely go check it out. It's up on the channel. But I said it in that video, and I will say it again in this video. I've never heard a bad Evidence, beat. I haven't heard much of Evidence's rapping. I've heard him on tracks, every now and then when he pops up on, some stuff with Alchemist and, other producers. But Evidence is definitely an elite producer. One of my favorite produced Evidence beats that he did for Westside Gun is called Evidence Joint. That's Evidence has some of these loops that I can play for days, you know what I'm saying? I feel the same way about on the Los Angeles album. There was one song, I think it was called LA. Yeah, it was the last track. This song here, I can listen to this loop for days. He needs to drop the instrumental to these. But we're going to jump into Unlearning Volume 2. Now, I have not heard Unlearning Volume 1. I should check that out. I did look at that album just to see what features he had on there. He had like Navy Blue, Fly Anakin, a lot of people that I would enjoy listening to. So I will check that out, but I want to, tap into, the most recent album, which is Unlearning Volume 2. I went over, the production credits earlier. He has a lot of, other producers on here, which, is pretty cool. He has Theravada on here, which, I'm a big fan of Theravada. I know he produced half of Earl's new album, so, I will check that out today. Just looking at the album cover, it's like a puzzle he got going on in the studio with some missing pieces. So, I guess that is a play on unlearning, taking the puzzle pieces out of a completed puzzle. I don't want to waste any more time. I just want to, jump right into this and, see what Evidence cooked up. So we got track number 1, Plans Change, and this is produced by Seb Bash. Let's get it.
I'm a fan of dark. I like dark music. I like depressing music. I like music that makes me sad. I like music that makes me, that makes me feel angry. I like music just like you. I want that shit that when you're walking down the street, you just want to feel like you're the most baddest motherfucker on the planet. Alright? It's something that fuels me.
Yeah, no jacket is required. Get used to it. Plans change. Meanwhile, I'm wired. Been up, missed a lot of things, including my dinner. Times that I lost a race and still winner. Any sky that's gray is tied to music. Violins and tubas. I diffuse the sun and try to lose it. I set the autopilot cruising speed, and that's a setup for a punch to land with true indeed. What's the difference between you and me? They losing steam while I've improved on who I grew to be. For instance, any step I take is making imprints. They started strong, but marathoned went the distance. Big curve, I'm pitching mostly. They say a lot, not a word unless I listen closely. Shut the fuck up. Defensive, meet my hands like my position's goalie. I made my league and I be winning my division solely. Count your blessings, put the medicine inside the dressing. Sneak the message that you're high for leverage. Yeah, try to sell me, I decide my preference. Safe base like I'm sliding into second. If I'm fucking up, then I don't save face for just the record. No, I give away my records, I'm a bad collector. Giving flowers with these dead plants is disrespecting. Talk about it. Plans change.
Definitely resonate with the audio clip at the beginning of that track. I love sad, depressing music. I don't even listen to that when I'm sad. I listen to it when I'm in a good mood. Evidence sounded good on here. The beat was fire. I love the bass line on there. All right, we got track number 2, Different Phases, produced by Beat Butcher and Coop the Truth. Let's go.
Make the music for me, but got you in mind. Mind you, what I do is through abusing time. Shining moments running through the mazes. different types of beats and different phases. Best friends don't become strangers. Nowadays they watch you at a distance and they tripping from a different angle. Different situations make me angry. Let me find a way to try to start a day without a fuck you pay me. Heaven's not an army or a navy. I'm an Air Force, sleeping with the people at the airport. You know what I'm there for. Tat on a passport, back to the basics. Back to the traffic and the weed is for my patience. Trying to find peace when I'm seated at my station. I might be on one, but hard to be on my vacation. Listen, I never strayed away from my flock. A lot of people that I knew moved away from my block. A lot of grown up square types will say that I'm not. I don't fuck with a lot.
I don't understand. What are you talking?
Took a lot of planning. Reputation far from where I'm standing. If I shoot a bullet, I don't hide the smoke that's from the cannon. Leap of faith, where I'm supposed to be is where I landed. In the best hands, my people are my family if I'm stranded. Graffiti writer never dreamed of being famous. The goal was that they never knew the face, not being nameless. Aiming for a target if I didn't hit it shameless. In the rain and never read the rules to what the game is. Make the music for me, but got you in mind. Mind you, what I do is through abusing time. Shining moments running through the mazes. I went through all different types of beats and different phases.
I love albums like these where each track is just about 2.5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I love really good songs that I could just loop it. You know what I mean? Love the beat switch on that one. Evidence has such a unique voice. You know, I forgot that about Evidence. Like, you know, when Evidence is rapping, like, you don't, like, he has such a, you know, just a unique tone of voice. You can always tell without even looking at the track. All right, we got track number 3, Future Memories, featuring Larry June, produced by The Alchemist. Let's go.
These are memories from the future that I'm shooting. Outgunned and overmatched, I just scratch and make a new one. Laughed the world a couple times over, I could overdo it. First to admit it, I be tripping when I've been influenced. Since we talking, man, there's been improvements. Trojans lost to Bruins, made the music and I lost illusions. Paid the price and that's the cost of losing. For the culture, I do it all across the movement. I don't have to floss a point to prove it. I'd rather be coming off like I don't know shit, but really knew it. It's funny how much less you talk when you really do it. 6 million ways, but I don't wanna choose it. I just wanna make the most of every minute that I'm cruising and filter out the week of any frequency I'm tuned in. Bigger picture, but I'm zoomed in. I'm in the whip through my district with the system booming.
I could've been gave up, but had the heart to do it. I got M's in my bank, but spend it like I'm Jewish. This a whole nother bracket, I'm moving with them shooters. What I look like moving like I just can't lose it. I'm tucked off with the good kind in Massachusetts. And you don't need a punchline when your life a movie. Scoping out diamonds with my nigga Isaac. Drop a $250,000 nigga every time. I'm certified, I come with GIA. You niggas moving like the CIA. Fuck you mean, I got a drop with a peon lady. And got a drop for every day of the week. I got spots that I don't even see. A stash spot just to park my fleet. But to be honest, I've been feeling like this not enough, I'm working double. You see it on my face, I'm going hard, I gotta make it happen. Through the ups and downs, through the highs and lows. I'm staying on my toes until the day I'm on, man.
So far, 3 tracks in is a very introspective, you know, project from Evidence, you know, which I expected. You know, you could tell that he's just gonna, you know, cycle through just things that he's been through these past couple years. Just the process of learning, you know, by unlearning, you know, what you've been, you know, embedded with in the past. Larry June did his thing. I like that he kept the same flow as Evidence. You know, I like when rappers do that. You know, it just makes a track so much better. Alchemist did his thing on here, you know. I know he has a lot more production on here, so I'm excited to hear that as well. All right, we got track number 4, which is the first track that I actually see some Evidence production on. So we got track number 4, Out of Bounds, produced by Evidence and Seb Bash. Let's go.
Keep that shit up. love for making beats, I'm back to spitting. If my back's against the wall, I call it back to living. I'm here to tell the weather, getting back to giving. Dropping gems from the treasure, selling packages with ribbons. No chilling in this bitch till I own the building. If it's lonely at the top, I need that lonely feeling. Getting older, learning that we only children. Growing up, but under no condition, no ceiling. What the fuck? They really told us sky's the limit. So many various ways to get paid and stay driven. Didn't make the way in. I'm never straying from my vision. Might deviate from path if I'm playing with the rhythm. I'm in position. It's time for y'all to gather round. I used to make the best of any record that I had around and still do. I run it through a filter, add a sound. They judge me if I color out the lines. I'm out of bounds.
Color outside the lines. Color outside the lines.
I started singing when I started writing. Melodies are frightening. I seen the thunder, I heard the thunder and I seen the lightning. If it's beef, then I ain't known for hiding. If I hate it, ain't no shade, but I've been known for sliding. To be determined and inspired, I'm a rider. Platinum off of mileage, I'm a frequent flyer. People fall when there's nothing left to be desired. To be continued, burning weed, right to feed the fire. It's the ones who say the truth but end up being liars. This is brought to you by beats that keep my interest higher. I'm in the cut, it ain't hard for me to keep it quiet. Across the board, the money that we made's to be divided up the middle. I'm from a place to live and die in where everybody trying to make it but nobody trying there. Well then I guess I said it best. I'm still going, still grateful, and I'm blessed.
Track number 5, Seeing Double, produced by Seb Bash.
When you love someone, you've got to trust them. There's no other way. You've got to give them the key to everything that's yours. Otherwise, what's the point? And for a while, I believed that's the kind of love I had.
I'm not here to seal a deal of approval. My name isn't permanent paint with no removal. I'm about to tell them that they should get to stepping. I'm here to feed my bubble, if not I get the weapon. I'm getting what I need and greed will lead to trouble. That leads to the kid stressed out and seeing double. Nothing came from being subtle. I'm a leader, nothing came about from being humble. Listen. Whether or not the plot's twisted, basket for bread like Chop Kitchen. My arm hurt, too many curves, I stopped pitching. This is the time I started smoking weed and got distant. Everything I talk is not fiction. I make photographs, rule of thirds, and crop pictures. Checking for work, I do construction. Every time I disappear, it's through production. I'm like you missing the point. I give the drummer some and write my best shit from perspective of 21. I've done that and been there. Even when I'm outside, I'm in there. Getting what I need and greed to lead to trouble. That leads to the kid stressed out and seeing double. A lot of things people do is worth complaining. Out of pocket, trying to gain from entertainment. I put the cards from the trick in the deck and told them I don't trust humans. Get me off of this wreck. Once I'm out of here, I'm heaven sent if they telling it. Till then, I'm hell-bent on points relevant. Out my element, avoiding curses. Went away to make better beats that never surface. What type of shit is this? Getting what I asked for. A bunch of bad accidents that happen in the crash course. I need a beat to move me or I stay idle. People on the way up coming for their title. That's when the point of getting better get defeated. They find a pattern they like and then repeat it. My 13s carry me as far as I go. Far as I know, I might be in the car when it blow. Getting what I need and greed to lead to trouble. It leads to the kid stressed out and seeing double.
Yo, shout out to Seb Bash. He's been, completely going crazy on these beats. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard many Seb Bash beats, or at least I don't think I have, but, from what I'm hearing from this project, he's nice. All right, we got track number 6, Nothing to See Here, produced by Evidence. Let's go.
Only way to do it is to send it. Only way to spend time is to spend it. If I don't keep it moving in time, you get suspended. Nowadays I wear 'em. Back then when the shoe fit, I get offended. Of an image I was too protected. At any cost I would defend it. That's a loss, but it do collect it. I don't floss, but I do respect it. Nothing to see here. Till you raise the bet, you don't see 'em, just to be clear. Only thing will get me on the stage would be fear. Everything reversed like drums on Paul Revere. I don't play both sides to be fair. That's a reach, life's a beach, where's the beach chair? I wish each one would teach theirs. Unless it's Al, I can't guarantee there's heat there. So I stay across the board and I don't leave there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know much, different shit, but it's the person that I'm. It goes beyond any rhyme in a verse. When it's your life, no rehearsing a line. You just live it, more vivid, more searching you find. A shorter way for me to say one day at a time. Take my mind off of glitches that been having me lag. Stopped overthinking and get back in my bag. Some overdo it to get respect from their peers. For showing off the shit that they collect through the years. Sometimes it's like a jungle, if you wonder you dead. I do the work, then I stumble on bread. Every year, every month I've been covered by God. I say the words to the dog with all I got in my heart. I'm not an actor, I'm a rapper who ain't playing the part. I don't know much.
That might be my favorite track so far on the album. You know the crazy thing about this is, Evidence is not the craziest, best rapper you've ever heard, but there's a cheat code. When you know how to produce your own stuff and you know how to rap as well, that's a cheat code. Because you know how you want the flow already to sound, and if you have a good rapper voice, which Evidence does, it's just going to automatically sound good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of unfair. I say the same thing with Alchemist. When Alchemist drops his projects that he raps on, it's such a cheat code. Being able to produce fire and then rap. And if you rap really well, it's over. Speaking of the Alchemist, he is on this next track number 7, Define Success.
There are 3 primary audiences for music, to my way of thinking, are the general public that's looking for a certain thing in their music. Another audience, however, is the music critics and the scholars, and they critique art based on a standard of all art. But then the third audience is your peers, other musicians. We see a lot of kids who fall into the trap of playing to impress other musicians.
Saying what I don't like, black sheep of the family. Standing in the strobe light, handing off sanity. I used to tag vain, but wasn't about vanity. Shady city, sitting under sun without a canopy. Under the gun, don't know what plan is be. Take my shot, didn't see me shooting shit up candidly. Take my spot, only quit it if I'm playing randomly. Make a plot, never didn't kill it, still a fan of me. Myself and I is still impressive. A decent character, to judge the fell for lesser. Mistakes happen twice, then you cut it with the pressure. Depression, if you ain't rapping present in the session. Silence is better than never stutter. My timing better than any other to shoot the cover. I copped the record and another, running through the budget with my brother.
Alright, so this one should be really good. Track number 8, Stay Alive featuring Blue, produced by Conductor Williams. I thought this was going to be produced by Evidence, since they already have, a crazy track record, from last year, but to have Conductor Williams on this should be exciting. I don't think I've ever heard Blue on a Conductor beat. I've never heard Evidence on a Conductor beat.
Something keeps me alive. Something inside of me died.
Conductor.
Ooh.
Come on.
Conductor.
Yeah.
No job. Best way to stay alive is don't die. The best way to make a classic record is don't try. Never quit smoking weed just to dream big. Never out of place no matter what the scene is. Same album that I made before, recorded seamless. I seen it all but I ain't seen shit. My neighbors bugging when I get to bumping. Take a sample from a record, make it into something. You either heard it from the horse director, make assumptions. People look away when they say dumb shit. People run away who claim they run shit. A lot of rounds have been the gun clip. It'd always be that motherfucker with a bunch of advice that never done shit. Too many samples that I done flipped. I'm in the function. To that one that got away, well I ain't done yet. And I ain't punching in, no lies. It only takes one take that I make to stay alive. The worst way to lose weight is not eating. Losing faith, doing shit you don't believe in. No place for old ways to break even. It was the best of times, it was the worst of them too. Losing weight, not eating. Losing faith, doing shit you don't believe in. No place for old ways to break even. It was the best of times, it was the worst of them too.
People live, people die, it's just another day. People tell the truth, other people lie to your face. Fuck the fake, middle finger to the jakes. No single, just press play, we gon' see the next play. They put a restraining order on me where my ex stay. Fed served me the paper, still I showed up the next day. Take me back like old memories, Cadillac, Hennessy, can it be so simple things? Tell the team that we're about to get you rings, but the only ones bigger than their weddings was Saturns. Elemental breakdown, it didn't matter. She did them better than LL Cool J and Michael Jackson. 87 let her take me straight to heaven on my black Mac 11. She cocked back the weapon. I was kicking back, laying raps in a session. When she passed me the message, I'll be back in a second. I just died, but something inside keeps me alive.
Fire. When you talk about underrated, I know Blue gets, his respect. If you're really about hip hop, Blue gets his respect. But Blue is severely underrated when it comes to MCs and just that conversation. Blue, he's like your rapper's favorite rapper, similar to MF Doom, you know what I'm saying? Once I heard that initial loop, I knew it was over. And Blue skated on a conducted Blue, so did Evidence. They both sounded great on here, so, definitely one of my favorites. All right, we got track number 9, Nothing's Perfect, produced by Gray Matter. Shout out to Gray Matter. He's also in that bucket of, producers who I don't listen to often, but every time they pop up, on a project, I already know it's going to be fire. I know he does stuff with Maxo. He's done stuff with, just a lot of producers, you know what I'm saying? I think he has stuff with the Mutant Academy, like Flying Anakin, all them dudes. So, I don't think I've heard a bad Gray Matter beat. So this one should be good.
You can tell that they got it if you know exactly who they are in the first 20 seconds of their record.
I write my best when I'm late to be. Somewhere else the game has taken me. Before they had planes for me, trains and automobiles, priorities are wavering. I'm shaky at best. I don't write unless it write itself. There's no one like myself. There's no one like you either, despite what they might sell. Nothing's perfect. If it is, it's at the surface. Love is not for purchase. With an empty heart, the money's worthless. The goal is make a beat and write a couple verses in a day's work, shaking off a spell, reversing curses. God's transmission, there are factors. Born in LA, most of the people are actors. Getting up is easy, it's hard to fall backwards. The raw classic got me out my seat like carjackers. The greatest, 100,000 hours made the cadence. My life is like the music to a playlist. All my favorites are the non-debaters. My favorites made my life easy when the shit was getting complicated. Run it up, this shit wasn't cut. Lift a couple seconds, then I said this was enough. This shit wasn't stepped on while that other shit was dust. That other shit they stepping on's a brand I couldn't trust.
See, I figured out how to get there. You can tell that they got it if you know exactly who they are in the first 20 seconds of their record.
Run it up, this shit wasn't cut. Lift a couple seconds, then I said this was enough.
Definitely like that track. Love the sample used on there. I checked out Gray Matter. He had a project with Damo Genesis. I did not even know Damo Genesis dropped anything last year. I should probably check that out. It would probably be a great introduction into like a full Gray Matter project. So I might definitely check that out. Damo Genesis, he is on the next track too, which is cool. Obviously Evidence and Damo Genesis have their project out, which is another fire project. So this one should be good. It's track number 10, Favorite Injury. Produced by Evidence.
The solver of the mystery. Only problem is consistency. I learned the most about myself when I was pivoting, never giving in. Sitting on my hands is still a sin. Blank feelings till I fill it in. I give thanks and watch the fan on the ceiling spin. In the place from a plan that I built within. I was standing tall, but only standing in. Running through the ring is standing when you plan water isn't shallow, what I'm landing in. No hard feelings. Everybody tough until they get cuffed. Put in that car and start squealing. Life is such. I guess any music that I love is what I like to touch. More important shit than money in my sight to clutch. Letting go of any people I don't like as much. Cutting strings and ties. Getting out what I sing inside. If I love a song, I don't miss a single line. If I love a song, I don't miss a single line.
Every single time.
I made them before anybody used them.
Oh, that makes it
Yeah, but I think if you're alive.
Hate to harbor hard feelings. On the way to heaven, I must be the hill in the heart. My hell's hottest when I'm off it, try and steer through the dark. I seen it all, world spinning through my fan from the arc. That was my dog, I'm assessing shit the way it was drawn. I played my part, kept the heater on them day it was drawn. That shit was art, paint the city red. Let them feel the pain that's in my head, I'm about my money, y'all. Stress, I'm gonna exchange it for some bread, I'm hanging all in all. Home is every place I hang my head, get it by tomorrow. I'm gonna be impatient till I'm dead. Burn a spliff in the ashes, passing another hour, turn to borrowed time. Living the minutes is ticking faster. And what's the sense of putting lipstick on a disaster? Make it ugly for 'em, cause it's gonna rock the same about me. Numbers I never call, cause niggas ain't gonna play about me. And I'm flawed, cause I only ever pray about me. I'm thanking God, so what that say about me remain a mystery. The world steady breaking my heart, my favorite injury.
I like that one. I love those initial bars from Evidence about, you know, just pivoting and just, you know, getting up and getting to work. You know, that's when you start seeing, you know, stuff change, you know what I'm saying, getting to work, you know what I'm saying. So I really like that one. Damo sounded great. We got track number 11, Top Seeded, produced by C. Lance. Let's go.
Oh, they say you still unlearning shit. Damn right. I knew something was I found a melody that spoke. Only way to see my teeth might be telling me a joke. Play the track, then I start to float. Took the rope off of the dock and started the boat. I'm from the very west side of the west coast. Anything further, I'd be surfing in my dress clothes. Sunday service and church, they on confess mode. I never understood it. Dipping mid for the best tone. The best leave with no announcement. Not making a statement and just bouncing. Beyond a doubt, beyond the shadow of a mountain. With will killing skill, emotion killing talent. Don't sweat me if my point is valid. Don't sweat me if I never broke a habit that I said I would. Still getting while the getting's good, and still getting what I said I could. I heard people say making a sequel is not needed. Weed that grew from cracks in the streets is top seeded. Started cold and got heated. Pressure made me stay in control and stop bleeding. I'm on my own again.
Whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this.
Yeah. Below broke is overdraft. To me, a heaven's on a freeway overpass. I tried, but I never got over that. There's no way for me to go fast and try to hold it back. Sometimes I wish I didn't know the ledge. I got my finger right below the razor's edge. I'm still edging, still a good person to my brethren. I'm still upset if I'm referred as legend. Rather be referred as missing in action. Then they try to hit us with divisional tactics. I'm still original and active. I'm just a minimalist who's still massive. I need the check and then paying respect. Having notes with no additional text is not a flex. We all know where it ends. Until then, I place my bets and hope for the best. I'm on my own again.
I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals.
But that Denzel, shout out to Denzel. I got to check out Highs and Lows. You know, Denzel is like my favorite actor of all time. So, and anything he comes out with, that's an automatic, you know, ticket purchase. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you're not messing with him. Shout out to C. Lance. That's a beat that I can listen to forever. Like I could have taken another minute or two of just that beat on loop. So shout out to C Lance. All right, we got track number 12, Greatest Motivation, featuring Theravada. I've like really tapped into Theravada like a couple years ago when he dropped that album with it was like black and white and gray. I think it was like Xenophobia or something like that. But I really mess with Theravada's production. I really mess with the way he raps. I like his voice. He has a really nice, rapper voice. So and I know he's coming out with a project which I think has evidence on it. So I will be checking that out. So if you guys mess with Theravada, I'm gonna check out his album. So definitely come back to the channel. And this track is produced by Evidence. Let's go.
The greatest motivation. I need the latest innovation. Love kept me complacent. Shit's a drug that I ain't taking. If you on the fence, draw the line. I've been drawing mine. Running out of time, trying to make the most of every sign and symbol. It ain't that simple to gather info. I set the tempo and make my latest instrumentals. I'm a beast with it. In school they gave me fucking A's and added E's with it. Now I'm effortless and they ain't gon' compete with it. Formulas, no need for it. Performance, pay the fee for it. Subliminals are Easter eggs given out. Hand-me-downs, hear me out. I scare myself, that's what the fear's about. Confrontation, add me to the conversation. Contemplation, fucking up my concentration. Too many days ahead. Good father, I just made my bed. I'm in the black till the day I'm dead. Staying out the red.
That's right.
The greatest motivation.
Today is the beginning of the rest of your life.
Scientists and innovation. I need hate cause love kept me complacent. And that's a drug that I ain't taking.
Why they always wanna test my patience, suffer laceration. The pressure made me vagrant. They say they got your back, now they know just where to put the blade in.
Remember that.
It all arrived through semantics and nomenclature. Naughty by nature, hot couture. With the quilted patent leather Asics. It's time to set the table. Fable chopping, picture cropping. By the ladder of Jacob, a cat's cradle. I just call it by its fragrance. Allegiance is to knowledge, none other. How else you gonna say it? Configurations, dual serpent caduceus. This is all within our DNA. We was kinfolk till time wrinkled, placated. Walls closing in, what mayhem? Walter Payton, my steps always slated. Reliable as Bobby Bacalao, bottle cloud. Screwed up when you let me out. Scared my neighbors trying to help them out. Greatest motivation.
Every day.
I need the latest innovation. Love kept me complacent. Shit's a drug that I ain't taking.
If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything.
Shout out to Theravada. I know he's all over that new Earl project. I will get to that later on today. All right, track number 13, Rain Every Season. Now, Alchemist is credited on here as a producer, but he's also listed as a feature. I think so. I think I hear him.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check it.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Rain every season is traditional. They go insane every time we release the physical. I'm confident, don't confuse it as egotistical. Not even the least bit of slander will be admissible. Your raps sound like spaghetti western. Before you laced the cleats and ran out on the turf, I was already stretching. On repeat mode, strict regiment, put heavy reps in. Keep a weatherman on my left and you can bet he's stepping. I'm the best version of me. If you're not talking paper, it sound like Greek, Japanese, and German to me. Catch the Holy Ghost on stage and get a sermon from me. Throwing all this paper inside a fireplace, I'm burning money. You moving mystery, can't drive behind you turning funny. Propane tank out of gas, I keep the burners running. It's me and Michael throwing shrimps in a barbecue. Skiing slalom, big moguls I'm carving through. You a good son, I might as well father you.
See, my father established our relationship when I was 7 years old. He looked at me and said, you know, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
Yeah. If I was in a band, I play bass. Where I was raised and where I stand is in the same place. Never run, never ran to save face. I'd rather fall than a chance to stay safe. If it's love, being even isn't it. Need advantage point to win when it's season of the Vic. Bad habits that I drop when I form from the rip. Shit, point and shoot the cannon, camera slip. Nothing scripted, beats that I made are in submission. Waiting for a scratch, finger on the fader itching. I supported, never paid admission, fuck a ticket. I pull up to the stew and never overstay the visit. My ETA is on my way to make a living. What's the point of being in the game if you ain't here to play to win it? If I wait for inspiration, then my patience thinning. You're losing me. Pitching from the jump, not just the later innings. Me and my man Chemical, arriving right on schedule. Been holding notes like an envelope. Volume fluctuated tremolo. Been nice since demo. The animals are back about the kennel.
Probably the favorite track on the album. I just think that loop, that piano is just perfect. Glad we got some Alchemist rapping on here. He sounded good. He had some very comical bars on here. Evidence sounded great on this as well. I think they need to definitely come out with another album at some point. All right, we got track number 14, Laughing Last, produced by Alchemist. Let's go. Alchemist is heavy on here. I'm not mad at it.
You stay with it as long as, you know, it's feeding you. And I don't just mean economically. I mean, it's feeding you.
Yeah. Got little bits of music loop repeatedly when it's feeding me. Not just the money where I need to be. The ones that get you always, approach you easily. I need blueberries in every muffin evenly. I ain't gon' plan it if it's gonna be sativa seeds. Where I write to say it leisurely. I make beats, but AOC gave me this. So how the fuck you rap to that? Laughing last took a long time to happen fast. Got a lot to live and give it out, I'm stacking cash. Looking up when you only traveled half the path. Evil people in this world, I'm not as half as bad. There's no stupid questions, but sometimes I look stupid when I had to ask. It ain't where you from, it's where you're at, so don't include the past.
It's happening right now.
It ain't where you from, it's where you're at, so don't include the past.
Nobody cares what you did yesterday.
It ain't where you from, it's where you're at, so don't include the past.
I need you to listen very carefully.
Doing my best work when I was doubting myself. Looking back, shouting for help. You're not supposed to know you're getting better. You're getting cheddar. You get up every day and shoot at shit, no matter of the weather.
Yeah.
2 R's in Beretta, carry names since my pops died. I didn't cry cause my heart dried, probably scared of pain. Feeling like it's dope that's in my veins. Feeling like I'm hopeful that it rains. They'd rather see me falling off with the pen than me and little Enzo rolling in the benzo. I'm beating up a break till it's out of shape, and when I'm finished, then I'm hitting play on the tape. Got little bits of music loop repeatedly when it's feeding me.
You stay with it as long as, you know, it's feeding you. And I don't just mean economically. I mean, it's feeding you.
It ain't where you from, it's where you're at, so don't include the past.
Yeah. Easily one of my favorites just from the lyrics. I loved everything about that song. Probably might be the most introspective track on the album. Obviously, I'm going to listen to this again a couple times. But yeah, I love the lyrics in that song. Yeah, another simple Alchemist beat, but you know, something that, you know, just fits, you know, the vibe and just the topic of the song, you know what I mean? All right, we got the final track on the album, track number 15, Dutch Angel, produced by Q3. Let's go. I think I've heard this sample before somewhere.
From a Dutch angle leaning, I'm even till I'm tilted. Sick of dreaming blueprints, scheming till I built it. My thoughts when they're unfiltered. When it counted's when I killed it. The high is short, the flowers given wilted. Reset button pusher. Starting over is the funnest part. Winter's bright to me and summer's dark. So many songs can't tell some apart. It's like the more you advance, you're running from the spark. Where it started. Giving praise on my brightest days. Still grateful on the darkest ones I hide away. You either tell your truth or live a lie. The ones who try to prove it on the inside die. Took an intermission, working on myself for more discipline. Careful what you say to yourself, cause you're listening. Less work by myself and more visitors. Benefits my health and more contributors. Freedom, take it where it lead 'em. Been on a dusty road, there's no leaving. Days pass, leading up to say that we don't sound the same on playback as we do in our heads. That's why we aim at always doing our best until we gain that respect from our friends. It's hard to change that until the rest of it ends. Yo, make the most of every day when it's passing. In Paris I was staring with the passion. Rather be embarrassed than I'm barely asking. I'd rather be ashes than buried in the casket. Hell boogie, everybody wears the mask shit. My spirit here for me to steering them to grasp it. In Los Angeles, I never be the past tense. Homeowners taking out the trash shit. Let's get the bag before it's cashless. A risk taker, I don't miss favors. For bad service, I don't tip waiters. A lot of haters talking shit, I get the fist later. My misbehavior keep me waking up the neighbors as a disclaimer. We don't take advances, we take chances. Fire back and stay low for those who take advantage. So much damage in the world, it's hard for me to understand it. So much damage, nothing make me panic. Don't pen it like I planned it, it just happens. Cause when we rapping, higher powers that we tapping. Lights, camera, action, pin them to the canvas. Expand the bandwidth, dirt on my shoulders wasn't dandruff. Never broke the band up to pump another anthem. Pumping up the jam for my fam in Thug Mansion. It isn't random, getting love everywhere you landed. And all this weed you handed. Shit, that's freedom. Take it where it lead 'em.
So that was Evidence's album Unlearning Volume 2. This is, pretty much what I expected from Evidence, topic-wise, you know what I'm saying? Just from the title alone, you can kind of tell what direction Evidence was going. And I'm sure he did this on Unlearning Volume 1, where it's very introspective, talking about life, I feel like the best music comes from people who've, allow themselves to live a little bit, allow themselves, something to say. Because I could be wrong, but this is the first, rapping project from Evidence since Unlearning Volume 1. I'll have to double check, but I know he has a couple collab albums with other rappers, but as a producer. But I think this is the first rapping album that we've had from Evidence in a while. And, he has something to say, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is a very, therapeutic album. I think it's meant for, just for people who, are trying to push forward, trying to navigate life, trying to figure out, what to do next, how to evolve, how to, just get to the next level that they need to get to. You could just hear just the message of like, trusting the process and just, enjoying the process as well. I feel like there's beauty in the process, and I feel like this is all over this album. The production was great. Shout out to Seb Bash. He did a lot of beats on here. Shout out to The Alchemist. You know how The Alchemist rises to the occasion. Evidence, obviously. Conductor, Grey Matter, C. Lance, Q3, yeah. Theravada, Damo Genesis, Larry June. Yeah, this is a very solid project that I cannot wait to, run back. It's probably going to be one of those projects that I just put on, when I want to have just something therapeutic. There's a lot of projects like that for me. I feel like this is definitely going to join, those projects. And I'm sure in due time we'll get Unlearning Volume 3. So shout out to Evidence. Evidence definitely deserves his flowers. I definitely feel like Evidence is underlooked and underrated within, the game. And, he definitely deserves to be, mentioned among, when it comes to like great producers and rappers, who can do it both. He's definitely in that conversation. All right, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.